Okay, it's like I'm losing daylight outside a bit, so I'm gonna get on this. I should have done it earlier, but I got really busy with stuff. Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna be covering today's analysis is on France. This is a very, what's the word I'm looking for? Important matter, and I've gone through everything I can find, and this is what I put together for how he acts. And he's not what everyone thinks. He's not a heartless monster who will rape you if he gets a chance. No, he's not like that. Yes, he's perverted, but that's the stereotype that he comes with. But he's not that perverted. No. And in fact, he's one of the easiest characters to exaggerate. But yeah. So perverted. Yes, he is perverted. We've gotten that one out of the way. Yes, he is. But he's not a heartless raping monster, like much of fandom wants to portray him as, especially in U.S. England and America pairings. Pairings with England in general. He usually gets a lot of shit. And just turn into a monster. He rapes England or any other character, really, if they need someone to, and he's really the closest thing they have to someone who would do that besides Russia. But Russia's another time, another place, another vlog. Now that we've covered that part, he's older. He is an older brother figure, I think. Yes, he is. There was a whole episode with Italy, and where he explains sex. That's totally France's job. I think that when a nation becomes old enough to want to know, he will tell them, because he is by far the most experienced, maybe. Yeah, one of the most experienced characters, and he's also the nation of love. So yeah. Random side note, I'm wearing my Hetalia shirt. It has my two least favorite characters on it, but it says Hetalia. It's the, I'm sorry, okay, you guys, I'm not a big fan of England and Britain. Not that I don't like the countries. I don't like how they're portrayed or anything like that. But yeah, back on our topic. Older brother figure to all of the younger nations. And other people in general, really, I think. He was like this to America. Romano won't let him get close enough to him. But I think that if Romano let him get close enough, he would see that he's the same thing to him that he is to Italy. Like a big brother figure. Yeah. Even, it's been touched on in the whole thing with the reincarnation of Joan of Arc, which I will cover more later. He seems to even she, Lisa, remarks how he is very big brotherly to acting. But yeah, so he's caring. He cares about others. He's not heartless or anything like that. Nowhere near. He's heartless, and he cares. And that's, he's a nation of love. And I think that he does like to take his time and try and get into a nice relationship, but no one will give him the chance because of all the bad publicity he gets from England. Everyone else just really seems to not like him, but they don't really give him much of a chance to be liked. So yeah. Take Romano and how he acted towards him. He hid behind Germany. We all know how much Romano doesn't like Germany, but that's another story for another time. seriously, he can think like, he has a brain. He's human, kind of. He has a brain, okay? He's a humanoid life form. He has some sort of brain. And he does not just think with his vital organs. I hate when people do that to him in Fanon and Canon. And not even Canon, why did I say Canon? Fanon and fandom in general. They tend to do that. They make him seem stupid and idiotic, and he's not. He is smart. He just doesn't usually show it much. Now I'm gonna get into a really big subject for me, which is Joan of Arc. To me, I think Joan of Arc was his true love, and the only person he's ever really truly loved. And hate me all you want, fangirls. Bring it on. I'm just gonna tell you how I feel about this. I feel that the relationship was doomed from the start. Not just because she was gonna die. She would have died eventually. She was human. He's practical. He is immortal, pretty much, depending on who you're talking about it. So he was gonna live a lot longer than she was. So any way you look at it, like their relationship wasn't gonna work out. And I don't think that England was the bad guy in this. He was doing what he had to, that was required of him by his country and his king. I don't know. I'm not good with European. I'm not good with. We'll brush up on that when I cover him. Okay. But yeah, England's boss. Yes, we'll call him the boss. England's boss at the time was like, go kill this woman. She is a witch. Which obviously he would not have liked because he does. He can summon Russia. I'm pretty sure he would take offense. That's why I don't think many of his bosses knew he was able to perform magic. Like, once the whole witch hunt thing got started, especially over in America, another story for another time, but I'm just gonna tell you, I think that he had to go and hide his magic abilities. So, he didn't probably want to kill her, but he had to as required. Like, I'm pretty sure Germany didn't want to hurt Poland during World War II, but he had to. It was a requirement. Country, they have to obey their rulers. Back on subject of Joan, he really did truly love her, because here I am again pulling stuff out of the, not in the anime and not in the web series. I don't know if it was in the manga or if it was in the one of the one of the drama CDs. I'm not quite fully sure, but it was only for either the manga or the drama CD. I'm pretty sure it was the manga. I'm not. Okay. Anyway, in the translated version, which I will link in the whatever below, he says to Lisa, who he believes is the reincarnation of Joan, and I quote, "When I first saw you, I thought God was playing a cruel trick on me, but I see you're living a happy life." And then, in the next bubble, he says, "It seems my wish was granted." Wish was granted for what? I think it was that Joan would come back and that she would love him again and that he would get to see her one last time. He really truly cared for her. I can tell that. I think she really truly cared for him. And they definitely had a lot of chemistry going on. Heck, she was pretty much fighting for him. This is a touchy subject for a lot of people, especially, I had said earlier, I don't like England. I don't think he's the bad guy in this story. I don't think anyone's to blame other than the English people at that time who didn't really like her. She had gone against them, during the 100 Years' War and all this stuff. Yeah, so that's why, oh, fatherly figure to Canada, and bulletproof shield, because I know I'm gonna get a lot of shit from this from other fangirls. Seychelles, is that how you say it? I'm not sure. But if you ever seen Gecko and Hetalia, she's the main girl, and France and England can keep fighting over her. I think it's more of a, and yes, he does want to undress her, but I think it's more of a daddy instinct. Okay, you're my arch enemy, you want my daughter, that I was pretty much adopted daughter, if you look at the history about it. I don't think he really wanted to give her up, and so, but he didn't want England to think he was soft or anything, so I think that he went underneath that, like, ruse of, oh, I just want her because you want her too, and yeah. And he was also to a lot of the African nations, and yeah, fatherly figure to a lot of people. Yeah, that's about all that I'm going to cover for today for the character analysis.